If you're new around here, we're Chris and Sarah, a husband and wife, full-time traveling digital nomad duo. This week, we're taking you with us to show you what it's like to be a digital nomad, both on the fun days as well as the more boring days. Let's go.
Good morning. So we're actually heading to the gym right now, pretty early in the morning. Get a workout in and then get some work done. Let's go.
All right, so what did we just do? Oh, we just went to the gym and showered, which is really the main reason we worked out this morning. I was not feeling it, but we did it. We decided to add a couple of extra things to our St. Pete vlog that we were filming yesterday. Just a couple extra places we really wanted to show because we loved them the last time we came through here. Actually, no, one of them's new. We haven't been to one of them.
Well, oh yes, one of them is new.
So the one we're at now, we've been to before and we really liked it. We needed to get some work done anyway, so we decided to hop over to this coffee shop. And then the one we're going to in a little bit, we've never been to before. So we don't usually, when we're doing like a city kind of guide, typically we film it mostly in one day, especially when it's a smaller city like this. But this one, we're gonna kind of stretch it over to day two just because we have I don't know.
Yeah, because we weren't able to fit it all in one day, so we're just gonna go today and do it.
We're looking forward to going to these places, and the one that's new to us is actually closed on the weekends, which is the main reason why we had to save it till today.
It is true.
But in the meantime, we're actually getting some work done at this coffee shop. So I've got emails and some pictures to do, and then what are you doing?
So I'm gonna edit our previous vlogs that you'll be seeing, and then I actually have some emails and like other like graphic work that I have to do for like other clients.
Yeah, so we're gonna take a couple hours, get some work done.
Making that money, rain on me. Making that money, living that dream. Making that money, rain on me. Making that money, living that dream.
We are finishing up working at the coffee shop. So we've been here for a couple of hours.
Wasn't that exciting footage you saw?
Woohoo. It's a lot of that. A lot of times it's in the van, but like we said, we're kind of doubling up and still filming our St. Pete vlog today. So that means we get an excuse to buy coffee out at a fun coffee shop. But anyway, we are going to pack up our computers. It looks like it's about to rain. And we're gonna eat lunch and then go to the last stop that we wanted to visit before we leave St. Pete. And then I think we're gonna hit the roads. This is a little bit of a road tripping day. We're gonna drive from St. Pete to Orlando because we're meeting up with my sister for New Year's at Disney World.
And we're gonna take you with us.
Yeah, so all right, I'm hungry. We're gonna go eat lunch now.
Let's do it.
I could go around the world, finest diamonds, precious pearls. They'd all turn to dust in my hand.
So here's the thing about traveling full-time, especially in a van. Traveling eats up a ton of your time. A ton of your time. And so we try to make the most out of our travel time, because right now we're going from St. Pete and we're traveling up to Orlando, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours with traffic, something like that. Either way, it's still time out of our day that we're devoting to traveling to get somewhere.
People ask a lot if I drive, and yes, I do. But Chris usually does the most of like the around town kind of driving, just because I have more road rage than he does, and I
wouldn't say that. I would just say I've got a longer fuse.
That's a nice way of saying that. I have a short temper when it comes to, I'm not aggressive, I just get very frustrated. So Chris does most of the like around town driving. I'll do it sometimes, and then I'll do like long stretches on the highway kind of thing. So if we have like a long drive, like today it's an hour and a half. Like I usually say, okay, I'll take that, you sit over there and work. We've been full-time digital nomads for years now, ever since we've been together, really.
I mean, I've owned my own business for a long time now, and so it's allowed me to work from anywhere in the world. I actually never took advantage of that as much as I probably should have until until recently.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we started out, we got married, and then that in the summer, and then like that fall, we spent almost 2 months overseas. We spent like 7 weeks. And so that was really our first taste of like digital nomad, like we can really do this and work from wherever. And back then I was still employed by somebody who I was working full-time remote. But on the road, like Chris's job pulls in the largest sum of our income, and so we like to prioritize Chris's hours. So that's when I do long stretches on the road. Like that's almost like, say we're driving from my hometown in Tennessee to Disney World, which we've done recently. That's an 8-hour drive, and I drove most of that so Chris could sit over there and work like a full work day. And then sometimes we'll switch off like shorter drives or around town. I'll pull out my laptop and utilize, you know, blogging or working on our stuff or on like my photography and all that.
With my family, it's right there where I want to be. It's all I need to be a rich man. They are all I need to be a rich man.
Well, traffic was sort of bad, so we decided to stop and take Kramer for a short little walk. So everybody's got boring days, or so we think anyway.
We have boring days like today, but days like today allow us to do what we do. So we're working ahead right now because, well, one, it's a work day for us. It's a Monday, but tomorrow's also New Year's Eve, and we know that we're not gonna, come on, let's go. You do not need that squirrel, come on. We know that tomorrow we're not gonna wanna be working all day. We'll probably get a couple hours in the morning, but my sister and her fiance are actually coming down to Florida to do New Year's Eve with us tomorrow. And so we're gonna wanna be able to spend time with them. So we're working today, and then tomorrow's gonna be more fun day, so you guys get to witness more fun stuff, hopefully.
Yes, so you trade off a day so you can get a cool day.
Yeah, but it's rare that we have an entire day of doing nothing. So, or not nothing, but fun stuff. Like even in the mornings we check emails, like we said yesterday.
Yeah.
So, where'd he go? Oh, hear him. Where's he at? He's pretty good on 2 feet. What's your favorite thing about being a digital nomad?
I think my favorite thing about being a digital nomad is the flexibility of being able to be anywhere in the world, still make money, you know, and still be connected in some way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. And then it actually allows me to meet other people who are working really cool jobs too, who are like digital. So,
and there's certain places you do travel to, and you do meet other people who get your lifestyle a little bit.
Like we meet people all the time and they get it. They're like, oh, that's so cool. And then we meet other people who they just haven't had that experience, whether they're a little older and they, you know, they haven't had that opportunity to work, you know, digitally, and they say how like blessed and, you know, and just lucky we are that we're able to do this. So,
and we don't really want to be those people who are just like, oh, anybody can do this, because, you know, truth is not everybody can. I mean, they can, but it requires, you know, certain careers and certain sacrifices in order to make this happen. Like there's certain careers that, you know, as a dentist, you have to have a dentist shop because to fill cavities, that kind of thing. So it's not like anybody can do it. I don't know. I don't want to get specific and be like, oh, a doctor can't be a digital nomad, because I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. But my guess is that there are certain professions that would not allow you to travel full-time like this. So anybody has the potential to do it. But it does take choosing the right career and making sacrifices, like you may not have a home base and you may not see your family as often and stuff like that. You can be a digital nomad too and not be an entrepreneur. There's plenty of jobs out there that allow you to just be fully remote. And that was what my last job was, is I was fully remote. So there's a lot of different options out there if you're considering being a digital nomad or something that's kind of intriguing you. Look into it and see if maybe the career that most interests you allows for this kind of thing. And it may take a couple of jobs to get to being a position that is fully remote, to build trust with whoever, you know, you want to build up your resume before you go out there and like, hey, I want to be a digital nomad. Because if you're going right out of college to be, you know, like a software developer or something like that, you may not get hired on as a fully remote software developer. They may want to have you in office for a little bit. So I don't know, there's a lot of like give and take and a lot of growing experience, but there are a lot of careers that are very digital nomad friendly, like Chris's. Well, you want to say what you are?
Oh, like if you're into graphic design or even video editing, marketing, I mean, all of that can be done all over the computer. You know, even to where you're copywriting and, you know, writing manuals or proofreading, anything like that. Anything that's not going to be on a computer, I think is safe to say, like, you could probably be a digital nomad, whether it's, you know, doing contract work or working for someone else. I worked a job one time that was, I'd say 50% of my job was just admin, whereas like the other 50% was doing like social media marketing and that kind of stuff.
like when we were living in Seattle, Chris wasn't working for a Seattle company. He was working his own business, and a lot of his clients were based in places that like Nashville and Atlanta, where, you know, the average pay for a graphic designer and stuff is a little bit lower. So he was being paid like East Coast wages, but we were living in a relatively expensive city. So there is like that trade-off. Like if you do want to live somewhere that's, does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
You're running your own business, and so you have to take care of all the business things, where if you apply for a job with somebody, they've taken care of all those business things for you. You don't have to think about it, but it does come with less freedom. And so if you do take a nomadic job from somebody, like you're working online, you may only still get 2 weeks of vacation. Whereas if you're an entrepreneur or you have your own business, squirrel, technically you can take as many days off as you want and do whatever you want, but the reality
Good work.
But the reality to that is that you're actually working harder and longer than what you actually think. And so it takes a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort to own your own business, and a lot of dedication. And so if you're not 100% into owning your own business,
Don't go that route.
yeah, don't do it right now. It's okay. Entrepreneurship is just like a really sexy word. But if you want to travel and if you want to have this nomadic lifestyle, there are plenty of jobs that will allow you to. And heck, I mean, as long as you get the work done, you can probably travel and still have all your vacation time. So
even though like I'm a photographer and Chris is a graphic designer and a social media marketer and all this kind of thing, we're not just those roles because we own our own businesses. We're also the administration, and we're also accountants and everything else. But there are, you know, platforms and software and all these kind of things that we've since been introduced to that have streamlined our businesses and taken a huge burden off of us, which I think is important to mention.
Yes, I'm awful at math. I'm not going to pretend I know anything about it. And so one of the people that I actually hired for my business was Bench.co, and I'll put a link down below.
Super helpful.
Super helpful. This is not sponsored. I really do use them. They're a great accounting software and team. Every month you get a call with them. But Bench.co, like especially now since it's like the new year and you probably need to get your books together for tax season, I would give them a call because they've been a lifesaver for me.
We've used them for 2 or 3 tax seasons now, and we do have an affiliate code with them, but the affiliate code is new in the last like 4 or 5 months for us. Like we've used them for a couple seasons, so we've experienced how helpful they've been. So this is a little bit of a spill for them, but like Chris said, it's not sponsored. It's just something that we do truly like, because I don't know, especially like traveling a lot and owning 3 different businesses now technically. Our numbers are kind of crazy. They're all over the place. So having somebody who knows what they're doing handle that for us is such a huge load off. So even if you don't go the bench route, but you do own your own business, or you know, your own YouTube channel and taxing gets funky and all that, definitely look into getting some sort of an accountant. We do recommend Bench because they are fully virtual, which helps us out. So check it out. Want to hop in, Kramer? Come on.
Let's go, let's go. Oh.
Good boy. We'll just both pile on the same side this time, I guess.
Go get your water.
Woohoo! You gonna drive?
I'll drive.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go.